Welcome back to AIC. I'm very excited because it's a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining and it's just a beautiful weather. It's finally summer. As most of you probably know, I do enjoy summer a lot. I don't like winter, I don't like snow, I don't like the cold. I just love being comfortable and dressing whatever I want to dress. So yeah, this video I am just gonna talk about my first week experience as an actuarial science intern, and it was a little bit of hectic, but also like a lot of drama going on because of the protests that are happening and just the shutdown of buildings and everything. So yeah, I started my internship on Monday, which was the 1st of June. And so the first day I was driving to work, I woke up really early. I was excited. I was gonna have my day of orientation. So I woke up and I was going to work. And when I was on my way, I was literally like 3 minutes away from work because my place is 15 minutes away from the work building. And when I was going to work, my phone started ringing, but I knew that it's someone from the office because just because of the location of the number. But then because I'm a new driver, I don't really like answering calls when I'm driving. So then I ignored it the first time, and I think the second time too, but it went back. So then the third time I decided to answer, and then I answered, and then I was talking on the phone, and it was someone from the HR department, and they're like, oh, are you on your way to work? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually like on my way to work. And I had like 15 minutes before 9, which is the time that I'm supposed to start. It's like, oh yeah, I'm like 3 minutes away. And then she's like, hey, can you turn back, because we are evacuating the building right now because there's a protest going on downtown, and we want our employees to be safe. So we are, trying to give our employees an opportunity to actually leave and go back home. And I was like, okay, so I should just stand back? He's like, yeah, just stand back and your supervisor will call you with more details. Fine. So I kept driving a little bit, maybe for 1 minute, to find like a spot where I can park and drive back. So when I was parked, I went to my emails. My supervisor emailed me to send him my private number immediately because of what's going on. And so I sent him, and he called me immediately, and he's like, oh yeah, that's what's going on, but luckily I have your equipment here with me, and we can set up your workstation at home and you can work from home for as long as things become better. And I was like, okay, that's amazing. And he knew where I was living, and I just drove back and we met, and he helped me set up my workstation, which is currently in the living room because the apartment is really tiny. So we set it up in the living room. And so my first day at work, I had to set up my computers, I had to set up my email, I had to accept meetings, I had to do this and that and that. It was a bit overwhelming, but then I think I also just liked the fact that they explained everything to me, and they told me everything that's going on. And my advisor and another actuary, they just went over some important projects that I'll be working on during my internship. So yeah, and for me it was like, okay, I'm gonna be working from home, great. But then also it's like I was looking forward to that like office environment. So I'm not really expecting the situation to keep going on for a long time, because they gave me an option to choose when things calm down on whether I would love to continue working from home or I should go to the office. Well, the only thing that I really like about working from home is the fact that the flexibility in terms of like, if I forgot something, I can just walk to my room, get it. Or if I'm taking a 5 minutes break, I can actually do something different in those 5 minutes, like maybe grabbing a snack or doing something else. Whereas in the office, I feel like 5 minutes break would not really like allow me to do much. So I think I love that flexibility. But because I love working with people, I love meeting new people. I love a change of environment. I think it's not something I'm looking forward to doing for the entire 3 months. So I'm actually looking forward to going to the office maybe next week or the following week. Yeah. So my second day, I had to do normal HR stuff and then start working on my projects. So as an intern, right, you are coming from school, you have done theory and all of that, but I think the real world just works much more different from what we learn in class. And I know that as an intern, like at the beginning, things can become a little bit overwhelming, especially with actuarial science. Like my projects, like coding, it's like understanding. So first of all, you need to understand the basics. And because I got this project and I was like, okay, what do I do? Why do I need to do this? And how do I do it? My supervisors really encourage me to ask questions, and that's how I learn. Because with an internship, it's not like in class where a teacher will start explaining to you from the basics, like, oh, this is the basic foundation of what we are doing until you become advanced. You basically get a project, and according to our level, it is advanced, and you just have to figure out your way on how to understand it. So for me, how I learn is very systematic. So I like understanding the basic foundation of what I'm doing and why I'm doing that. So that's what I've been trying to figure out this week with this specific project, because this specific project is coding, and I've done some coding classes and I've done some programming, but it's not really to the standard of what I'm doing right now. So having the basic foundation of theory is helping, but I definitely need to work extra harder into finding questions that I need to ask to make sure that I'm on the right page of understanding what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So there's that, and it was just and there's that. So also just being in meetings with different people, meeting different people. I know virtual working or virtual learning is a bit different. For example, when it comes to asking questions, I think sometimes when you are actually having like a face-to-face meeting or a face-to-face experience, you are able to ask more questions and get more effective answers than when you're actually doing it virtually. I find that harder. And I think what also made a little bit of my first week harder for me was the fact that since COVID-19, our classes have been online. So I've been having a really messed up routine at school because classes are online. So that means my schedule changed. I didn't have to do extra stuff participating in student organizations. So I didn't really have a fixed routine, and that just messed up with my entire routine of starting this job, because then I have to have fixed hours of work. I have to have fixed time of maybe working out, of cooking, and of studying for my board exam. So definitely that experience of doing classes online and just not having a fixed routine of school in the past 2 months is not doing any justice for me. But I am starting to get used to the whole new routine of going to work. I am adapting, and I am just trying to figure out, when do I do this, when do I do that, because that will help me a lot, and that will help me survive being in a new town, trying to make sure my work is done, continuing to study for my exams, and just ensuring that I have a good environment around me, both at home and both at work. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having an amazing experience in this place. I love the people, I love the company, I love my job, I love what I do, and I'm entirely passionate about everything that I do. But I'm not going to deny that it's demanding. I'm not going to deny that it's a lot of work and a lot of understanding. And I continue to pray to God to give me the understanding and the insight that I need to have to actually do a good job, and to actually be able to think in the right direction, to bring something substantial to the organization as much as I'm learning from them. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I did enjoy my first week, even though it was a little bit challenging considering everything that's going on in the world, and just considering the fact that it's my first actual job, I would say. So getting used to working with people, getting used to doing stuff actually related to what I'm studying. So there's that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to an amazing summer with this internship.